The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions of WBGR Network. Any questions or concerns about what is said should be directed to the show host, whose information will be provided upon request.
Welcome to today's episode of Let's Do This Talk Radio Show. So we are excited about today's show. Today we're going to be talking about passion and purpose. Really talking about purpose, but passion kind of like goes into it, and a lot of people kind of like get the two confused. So we're going to talk about similarities and also the differences. So you know how we do. Let's Do This Talk Radio Show. The intent of it was for entrepreneurs, but as you all know, we have like been talking about shows not only focusing on the business aspect, but the person, the entrepreneur overall. So we're excited about today, and we have been on an epic streak. I really have been enjoying the shows and the topics that we've been talking about, and today is no different. So in addition to talking about those, we have a takeover. So on the opposite side of our glass that's in front of us, we have some beautiful women who will be coming in and talking about all about a purpose-driven journey. So that's the name of the topic, and that's the name of the conference that'll be coming up. So Trina, you know how we do with the intros. So what's going on? Let them know who you are.
Well, I am Katrina Martin with the Global Next Gen Event Center, located in Clinton, Maryland. It's a place where you can host baby showers, gatherings, book launches. We've even had people to host repasses and things of that nature. So however big your event or small your event, check us out on globalnextgen.com, and you may also reach me on 202-439-1965. We also listed on Google as well. So if you Google Global Next Gen Event Center, we should come up for one of your venue options.
Yeah, you used to be the best kept secret. That is no more. That is no more. So it's me, it's your girl, Ladrine Howard Peterson. I am the CEO and founder of Do It, delivering on ideas and thoughts. And you know what I do? In a nutshell, I help turn dreamers into doers. And I do it from the aspect of two different pathways, from career and also from a business aspect. So that's what I do. I do it. So Trina, so what you do this weekend?
Well, I'll say this. I'm 9 days countdown.
9 days
countdown for my big 50th. So these past couple of weekends been pretty much just ironing out all of the kinks for my party, my big shebang.
Okay.
You know, in addition to that, may peep my head in at whatever events going on. But for the most part, and for mainly this weekend, I will be celebrating one of my little cousins' graduation. But other than that, I am taking it on in. I'm landing my plane for my birthday party.
Come on now. So we're excited about the birthday party. I got my nails painted in honor of you yesterday.
Thank you. You ready?
So I'm ready. I'm excited.
You ready?
So for me this weekend, of course, and thank you for coming out, I had my birthday brunch. So it was so nice. It was about 30 of us came out at the Sobe Lounge, and it was a really, really nice look. And the only thing that I'll add to that is the cars. Like, I'm real big and sentimental on cars, and the cars they gave me some nice gifts too. I got two trips to the spa coming up and some other nice things. But the cars. So just thank you to everyone for all of the birthday wishes from Instagram, Facebook, and for those who added on. I'm almost done. I think I have about 100 more to go.
Wow.
But it is one thing for me that I always try to make it a point to say thank you to anybody who took the time out. But this year, I think I might have went a little bit overboard. I could have did one in a swipe. But anyway, so talking about the topic. So we're going to just touch on the surface of it, but Trina and I are going to talk about it a little bit later on the opposite side after the takeover is over, because the ladies are going to take over. They're going to give you a little snippet, a little sneak peek of what's going to go down at the conference on June the 22nd, and we'll talk about that more. But first, thoughts that come to your mind when you think of talking about purpose and when you think about talking about passion.
Well, I'll say the first thing comes to my mind with purpose is something that it may take you years to figure it out, because you may think that this is something that you're supposed to be doing over the years, but when I think of purpose, I think that's when God taps into you spiritually.
Okay.
There's no way around it. You might want it your way. Like we said, we think we have a purpose to do this. You may find yourself doing 5, 6, 7 other things.
Right.
But when God taps into you spiritually, that purpose, it's like a light bulb.
Yeah.
And you know, and if you're obedient to that, then no other option, you will not fail.
Yeah. So for me, definitely your purpose comes from God. Like your purpose comes directly from God. And while I can understand that the thought of as you grow or when you come into it, for me, your purpose was there all along. So when you go from the birth of when God created you, before you were even in your mother's womb, your destination and God's will for your life was already designed. Right. So for me, the purpose is from the very beginning of it. While people may not tap into their purpose and people may not be able to convey what their purpose is, it's there all along. And then the other thing, I think that it morphs and changes as we grow and as we develop. We're able to understand and realize what it is, so we pursue it and we follow through it more intentionally. More intentionally versus like just hands happening and it happening. So yeah. And then so we can really like stop right there and take a break and transition, because we're going to go into it on the opposite side. But one of the things Keisha Key Black Butterfly says, yes, purpose is a call, and we totally agree with that. And so in terms of all of you who are out here, you are in for a treat. We're going to be bringing the ladies on the flip side of things. And what we want you to do, we want you to share it. But we also want you to chime in. Chime in. Let us know. We're going to ask some questions to them. But we want to know your thoughts as well. And then at the end of it, Trina and I are going to come back and we're going to go into dialogue. So be thinking about how you feel about passion versus purpose. And also just being in tune with your purpose. Because we're going to give some tips and some different things to go with that. So y'all know this is my topic and I'm excited about this. So we're going to go to commercial real quick, and on the flip side of it, we're going to bring these beautiful
young ladies.
Came
through the door, I was like, oh, they beautiful.
Yes. And we're going to dive right into the conversation. So we will see you all on the flip side of the commercial.
All right. Send us your comments as well. Join in.
Advertisement and sponsorship opportunity. If you have a service, product, event, or initiative that you would like to promote, connect with us at Let's Do This. We are offering various sponsorships. We also have opportunities for 60-second ads and 10-minute takeover segments. Of course, this is in addition to our VIP guests. So check out our website, www.letsdothisradiotalkshow.com for more information.
What's up, everybody? I'm here at Bowie State University representing for WBGR. We're here to see if some of these college students know their breakfast trivia. Do you know your cereal? So I'm here in the student center with a couple of students. How y'all feeling? Good. So I want to test y'all knowledge on breakfast trivia. Y'all ready? Yeah. All right, so the first one is finish the slogan. I'm cuckoo for
Cocoa Puffs.
All right, silly rabbit.
Tricks of the kids.
2 scoops of. 2 scoops of.
Cornflakes.
Puffs.
Comes in a purple box, sunshine on it.
Raisin bread.
They're magically delicious.
Wait,
Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms.
All right. Snap, crackle, pop. Rice Krispies. Yup. Kid tested, mother approved.
Oh, I don't know. Not a mom.
Whose mascot is a tiger?
Flakes. No. Yes. Tony, what you say?
Mascot is a toucan bird. Whose mascot is Fred Flintstone?
Fruity Pebbles.
The taste you can see.
Taste you can see.
No one sounds familiar.
The taste you can see.
The taste you can see.
Oh, that's
What is that?
Oh, you phoning a friend? Here you got a phone. Which one of these cartoons was not made into a cereal? You got three choices. A, Donkey Kong. B, Pokemon. C, SpongeBob. SpongeBob. Trick question, then lower. Oh wow.
What?
I never seen no SpongeBob cereal. Kid tested, mother approved.
Checks. No. Kicks.
Yup, you got it. Some of these college students definitely know their trivia. It was fun interviewing them to see what their knowledge was. Hopefully next time we can get a couple of more students at some other schools and test their knowledge. Do you know your cereals?
Let's Do This radio talk show, advertisement and sponsorship opportunity. If you have a service, product, event, or initiative that you would like to promote, connect with us at Let's Do This. We are offering various sponsorships. We also have opportunities for 60-second ads and 10-minute takeover segments. Of course, this is in addition to our VIP guests. So check out our website, www.letsdothisradiotalkshow.com for more information.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I told y'all. So we have a full house on this side, and we're not going to hesitate. We're going to jump right into it. So as I promised, this is the takeover, the Sisters Journey takeover. So what you see here on the stage is beautiful women who are all actually a part of an upcoming conference. The conference is going to be phenomenal, and I'll just start by saying this. Last year, I was a panelist, and this year, I'm going to be a speaker. The crazy thing is, immediately afterwards, I have a plane to catch.
Yes, you did.
And because it was so great last year, I was like, let me work around my schedule. So I'm actually going to be flying, taking a red eye because of this conference coming up. But it was that good. It was sincerely that good. So what we're going to do is we're going to have all of the beautiful ladies introduce themselves right after none other than the host, Miss Paula. Can you introduce yourself? Let the people know who you are.
Hi everyone, my name is Paula Carrol, and I am the founder of Sisters Journey. And Sisters Journey is, the mission for Sisters Journey is to empower women and young ladies in strength building, leadership development, to overcome obstacles. I'm the visionary behind our Women Empowerment Conference. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to women coming out on June 22nd to be with us as we journey on this purpose-driven journey. And this is about women coming together and having a conversation about having a purpose-driven life, finding purpose, and also finding out among ourselves, if we're living the purpose-driven life, what does it take to do that?
Absolutely. So we're going to start with my left. Is that okay with you? So please introduce yourself. Tell the people who you are.
Okay, I will. So I am Elle Cole. I am a blogger, a writer. I'm also a podcast host, and I'm a mother to twins.
Ah.
So I am very excited to be a part of the panel because I know firsthand how important purpose is. And I've seen it just make a huge difference in my life, and I'm excited to be able to share that with other people.
Awesome.
And I am Julian B. Kiganda, and I am a transformational brand strategist and an author, and I'm all about helping people build purpose-driven brands. So I'm excited about Paula's conference. It's actually my third year that I'm going to be participating, and it is a fantastic conference, especially if you're looking for your purpose and trying to figure out if you're living in your purpose, as we're going to be talking about later on, or if you're living by accident.
Come on now. Yes, and over here.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stacia Day. You can call me Stacy. I am a mother of three, 2 teenagers, 1 preteen. I do work full-time in the federal government, and I also work part-time as a Mary Kay beauty consultant. And I am excited about the conference and also being able to be on this platform speaking about purpose, because our purpose, we all were born and created on earth to fulfill a purpose. You were born in this lifetime for a purpose specifically chosen for this season.
Absolutely.
Hi, Facebook. My name is Dr. Trishalan Hilliard Tyrone. I know that's a mouthful, so Dr. T is fine.
Okay.
Last but not least, I am a author, I am a educator, and I am a therapist. I know that's a bad word, but it's not for you, because your purpose can include talking to other women, and especially seeking the time and the effort that you put in. You need someone to talk to, and I'm that person. So self-care is very important to me. So it's not just mental health and, you know, I'm behind a chair or desk or you laying on a couch. That's not it. I'm here to guide you through your journey so you can have Jesus and you can have a therapist, and that's me.
Come on now. Jesus and a therapist. That's a good thing for Brandon, right? Jesus and a therapist. That was free. Okay. Yeah. So that's great. Thank you all for the introduction. So you all know my question, right? So purpose. So we talk about purpose. A little earlier, Trina and I just did like a snippet about the difference between purpose and passion, which we will talk about a little bit later in the show. But I want to know from you all, what does purpose mean to you? And you wouldn't be a part of the conference if you did not already know your purpose. So I'm not going to ask you, do you know your purpose? Am I good with assuming that everyone knows their purpose? All right, here. So I want to know, what does purpose mean to you, and when did you all find out what your purpose was? So I'm going to do you a favor, because we started from you, and we're going to start right here. We're going to start from this side over here.
Okay. So I know everyone says, what is your purpose? You've heard that before, but purpose to me is easily defined as, you know, why are you existing? Why are you here? Okay, mumbo jumbo. I want to know my why. What's my motivation? What gets me moving? Because you can have a purpose, you can have it on paper, but what about, like, why am I doing this? Are you doing it for your kids? Are you doing it for the legacy of, you know, your culture? Why are you really doing this? What drives you? Because you can have a purpose, but what makes you get up? So I found out my purpose was at a very young age. My mother's an educator, my aunt is a principal, so I was surrounded by children. So I didn't really know why they were coming up to me. I was like, okay, that's nice, but that's my calling. Children have to have parents, so children, parents, and especially the mothers, we do a lot.
Yes.
I just want to give you a round of applause. Those who are
Yes. Thank you for that.
To understand that, you know, we do a lot as women, and we are called to do a wonderful gift of giving birth, or just being a mother to those who who come to us. So understanding the why, that is what I found out. I have a purpose for children. Children have parents. Parents definitely have mothers who do a world of things. So that is my purpose. I found that out at a very young age.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that leads me.
Right, yes.
So we all were created. Everything on this earth was created with a purpose by God. And I grew up always wanting to be a motivational speaker. And it wasn't until recently that maybe 2 years ago, I was going to church, doing the religious going to church, and I felt spiritually dead. And I felt that the atmosphere around me was just that way. Everyone was just going because that's the right thing to do. Wow. And I believed that God was calling me to go deeper. deeper relationship with him as far as finding him more. And it wasn't until I started finding the time and seeking his face, reading the scriptures and having that alone time, that intimate time with him, that he said, no, I don't want you to be a motivational speaker. Your purpose is you're going to preach, you're going to speak my gospel, you're a teacher, you're going to teach my children. And just realizing that, started having dreams, and just my Mary Kay business has just been a platform where I have young women, young girls who are in high school who are on my team, and just being able to give back, because my life, as a mom, going through college, and just being able to help and empower them and to build them up, because oftentimes our teenagers, our young women don't have that structure at home, and they need support, especially now in this day and age. So your purpose may not be a cookie cutter, but you have a purpose, and you have to seek God, because He's the maker, He's the creator, and that's where you will understand the revelation of your true calling.
Absolutely.
Do you want to go next? Sure. And just piggybacking what Stacy was saying, is that a purpose to me, as the conference title is Purpose Driven Journey. For me, purpose is a journey.
Yes.
It's a process. For me, it took a process for me to even know what my purpose is. You grew up kind of knowing that you're supposed to go to school, you're supposed to do these things, and you reach a point in your life and you're like, okay, what else do I do?
Right.
So I know that around in about 2013, I went to the Ebenezer Bible Institute, and I went like an open slate. Trying to see God and asking Him to show me my purpose. And after 2015 graduating, I was like, I'm ready. Where do you want me to go, God? I'm here. And I wasn't sure where it was going to lead me. But in the midst of it, He brought back something that was planted inside of me, which was to bring women together. And even at that point, I'm like, God, I don't even know what to do. I was going through my own journey, going through my own stuff. And I'm like, what would I say to women? But God reminded me that, He reminded me of the scripture that He has a plan for me.
Yes.
And that He has a purpose for my life.
Yes.
And so He reminded me about that. And I launched in 2016, even though every pieces wasn't all in place. He just asked me to walk, and I said, you know what, I'm going to walk. So now I know that my purpose now is to open up a platform for women to come together, to support each other, to be able to go through a healing process together, and to know that we're not alone in this process, and to help other women find their purpose. And so now I can feel comfortable sharing my story and understanding that, like my book that I wrote recently that's called Revealed to Be Healed, is that we have to go through that process, come to a place of healing, and allow God to use us after we've been going through our healing process. That's where I am. I've gone through the process. God have helped me to go through, and I had to reveal a lot of things about who I am and accept what I am and understand that and release some things. Purpose is about releasing. You can't walk that purpose life if you don't release some of those baggages that are holding you down, so you can open up that door for God to use you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not even going to chime in right now. I'm going to go ahead and let you all speak, and then I'll intertwine when it comes to that.
How about that? Paula just spoke for everybody. We don't go to church down here. Yes, no, that was actually so on point. I think what everybody says is so on point. I think sometimes when you're trying to figure out your purpose, you're trying to figure out, well, how do I know if I'm walking in my purpose? Because there is a difference between using your gift and walking in your purpose. So I like to tell people, if you're walking in your purpose, if three things are happening. If number one, you are using your gift to serve others. If two, you are glorifying God with that gift. And then three, you're finding joy and fulfillment in the work that you are doing. Now, it may not be 24/7, you're finding joy and fulfillment in everything all the time, but for the most part, you can wake up and say, I'm excited about what I'm doing with my life. So that's one way to gauge it. I think for me, I've also known for quite a while that my purpose had to do with using my creativity, my design, my artistic gifts, and my purpose is definitely to use design, creativity, communication to make an impact in this world. And I'm blessed to be able to say that that's exactly what I'm doing.
Awesome. 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 She's like, I gotta go off the wall.
So clearly I've been put on the spot, but it's okay because I feel like purpose is identifying what you were born to be. And I think for me, it wasn't hard for me to realize. It took me becoming a mother to really identify what was my impact to be on the earth. And it just so happens that I became a parent to twins I mentioned earlier, but one of my daughters has sickle cell anemia. And when I started to talk to other parents who were going through the same struggle, I realized that sometimes things happen in your life that they're not about you. And God gave me a voice to help other people. So the experiences that I go through and my family that we encounter are really to help bless other people, to help them understand that you can keep going, you can find health and healing, that there is hope. And so I think for a lot of reasons, I think my purpose has been intertwined with just the different steps that my motherhood journey has taken me on. And as a writer, I've used that to release. You know, we talk about healing, and writing is very cathartic. Like, you find a lot about yourself, your passions, your gifts, but you also have a chance to impact people on an emotional level. That is very unique, something about words and how they can really impact people. And so I share my story. I'm actually, I'm kind of shy and very private, but I believe that when you share your story, you don't only help yourself, but you help to show God in you. And that's what we were all born to do.
Yes. All right. So, Trina, do you want to? And we talked a little bit last week on the show, but do you want to answer the same question and share?
No, I'm good because we have pretty much a segment after this, so I'll let you ladies.
Absolutely. So, one of the things as I'm writing and my audience knows I get real excited, start moving with hands, but just as you all were speaking and talking along, I just identified and circled some words, and you talked about words and the impact of them. And now I'm in a space. I used to be so busy traveling. Now I'm in a space where I really listen, and it's like everyday words that you hear. Some of the words just catch your attention. So for you, my darling, my why, that is, I probably have said that 10 times over the last couple of weeks or so, just in terms of talking to people. When I talk to my clients, I'll be like, what's your why? What is your why? Why are you doing this? And legacy, that's a whole different ball game. I have a campaign called I Am the Legacy. When you talked about being spiritually dead, I've known my purpose for a very long time, but it wasn't until I had a transition and increasing my level of faith and my relationship with God that everything just opened up. And I joke and I say I wake up in the morning like, God, what you want me to do today? What's the excitement that's going to go on? But that is the honest God truth. And it's so funny because I used to be so serious in life. So now for me to be all overgoing and everything, people don't know who they getting, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, but it's me. It's how it goes. And then the other thing that you said was platform, and someone else repeated it along the way. It's a platform, creating that space. I talk about my space all the time, but creating a space, rather it be being open, although you're private, or creating something and stepping out and you don't know what it's going to look like or how it's going to go. Creating a space. Everyone has something that they're dealing with, and when you come into contact with somebody who has gone through what you're going through, it gives you that sense of peace of, if he did it for them, he can do it for me. But then it is also our responsibilities. When we have gone through something, it is our responsibility to share and to open. You don't know and have no idea the level of comfort that it brings to someone, and the difference between the level of comfort and anxiety can make the difference in somebody's living and them dying, living and dying. And then you talked about you didn't have everything all together. You was just like, that's faith. That's walking out on faith. When God has your purpose for you, everything that He has, it's going to fall into your line. Yes. You may have been walking past it, overlooking it, but it's all there. So keep your eyes open as you're going in faith. Step out on it. Don't wait until it's all together, because by the time you come up with the 5 people going to have that idea, you come back, that was my idea. God was like, you ain't got it yet. Let me pass it on. So that's my motto. Like, do it. Like, do it. Like, do it. Do it. And then the other thing you said, release. Yes. Oh my God, like that's a whole different story. But when you are dealing with something, and so many of us are dealing with issues from when we were children or coming up along the way, and while it wasn't in our face, when it's not gone away. It's not gone away. And when we dig down deep and really get into it and start resolving those issues, it frees us. It frees you, and it makes you that more usable. All of us are usable with our mess, our chaos, and everything. But when you are free and you release that, and it builds up your story. It builds up your story because it's a testimony. It's a testimony. And then going on the other side. So we talked about, it was your number 2, but it's my number 1 in life. Glorifying God. Glorifying God. And that's why, like, in all things that I do, I don't want people to see me. I want them to see God in you. I want them to see God. And that's the way that we all should move, rock, and act. Because everything that we do, our purpose is to satisfy the will that God has on our life. And then you talked about being a mother, changed my life, and impact. Impact. If you're not making an impact, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? So so I want to have an open dialogue, open thoughts, or open any type of thing that you that comes to your mind, or any thoughts feeding off to other people, without giving away what you're going to say at the conference. Because they need to come to the conference to hear what you're going to say at the conference. And I know it gets kind of tough to do because your presentation and your speech is what you live. So it's kind of hard to talk about that. So as we talk about, like, the title of it, in terms of how are you living? Are you living on purpose, or are you living by accident? So that's the title of my presentation. So dialogue, thoughts, anything. And before I do that, let me just tell y'all friends and family, they always that's my sister in Christ. Yes, Paula. Blessings to you. So big shout out to Katecha, Desiree, Carol Gales, LaBrava, Valerie, everybody, Michelle, Tanya, all my good friends, and all of y'all friends and family. So make sure y'all tell them hello and thank them for tuning in. But so what are your thoughts? What do you hear?
I think that's a great segue for my thought. You have to have people around you who are going to support you. You are not in this by yourself. And if you think you're in it by yourself, you're wrong. Okay. Clearly, you've said everybody who supported us here, we wouldn't be here without them. Whether it's family, whether it's blood made. I have a lot of sisters that are not blood related to me, but they are my sisters. And they are my rock. And let me tell you something. They wasn't there. Doing them time. Look, I'm like, whoop, boy. That's all I can say.
So stop suffering alone.
Yes. I just want to say that the word intentional has been a word, even in my professional recently. It's like I've gone to a whole transition of how I see things. Professionally and in life. And in this world, we have to be very intentional about what we do, and walking that walk and having that journey. To live with purpose is being intentional about your life. Is choosing what you will do, taking action. I have been a procrastinator for years. It took me a while to get out of it, and I'm still working on it. And so when I launched Sisters Journey, it was a time for me to say, I'm no longer going to sit back and watch things go by. So I wanted to be intentional. And now that I know that God has my back and that this is the purpose He has given to me, then I know that I can step forward in faith, knowing that I didn't know I would be able to sit here. Like, you know, I met Dr. Hillard, and I was like, you know, I just introduced myself, talked, and she wanted, you know, she said yes. And I'm like, wow. And I remember going home and saying, God, you were so good. Like, you know, just putting yourself out there, being intentional about it, and allow God to just use that. And that's, you know, and that's what, to me, purpose is taking that step and allowing God to use it.
Absolutely.
And I think just to speak to what Paula said about just stepping out on faith, I think we need to realize that living your purpose can be hard.
Oh,
And that's why so many people are not willing to step out there and do it. You know, there was a study they did several years ago. It was a job satisfaction survey about Americans, and it says 70% of people are miserable or not happy and satisfied in the work that they're doing. So that tells me 7 out of 10 people are not living in their purpose. Because if you are miserable and I've been there where I was miserable at work, going to work, and you're dreading getting up because you're like, oh God, this is like Groundhog Day. You know? And it's like, if you have to really ask yourself, if you feel that way and you're miserable in your job, then you have to really question whether or not you're living your purpose. And if you're going to be that 70% of people who end up dying with your gift still inside of you.
Absolutely. And I talk about that like so much. So I'm an HR guru. Like that's what I do. I was, by training, I'm HR. And all my life I talk about my journey of how I got, but not like just by it just happened. Intentionally. Intentionally. And I'm going to say it because that's my story. That's what I'm saying. But like in terms of career, and actually in one of our upcoming shows, we're talking about designing your dream job. A lot of people be like landing your dream job. And sometimes your dream job is a job that you're sitting in. It's all about looking at what you have. Stop focusing on what you don't have. But if I'm going to get up every day, go to my job for 8 hours, I got to have a connection to it. And I love my job right now. Love my job. Like go skipping and hopping and running. But that's so important. So I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just wanted to chime in and say, even before you walk into your purpose and walk out by faith, it all starts with the mind. You have to renew your mind. You have to have the mind of Christ, because you have release, you said, baggage such as fear, unbelief, and all the things that people, there's a fact that you're broke, a fact that you don't know what you want to do, but there's the truth that God said that He created you in His image, and greater is He that is in you. So therefore you need to identify the facts, but believe the truth of what God said. So His word needs to renew your mind so that you can walk in your purpose.
Hold on, let me pass this other plate. I mean, we're coming out here and passing the plate around here. But no, that was really, really good.
Now that we're speaking about renewing the mind, what I was thinking about to ask you ladies, as far as the distractions, how the distractions on staying on track with your purposes and things like that. Like you said, you have a set of twins and one has the sickle cell. So, of course, sometimes with the taking care of the other one can be a distraction on staying on purpose. Or any of you also, have you all had a struggle with any distractions?
I think it's very easy to get distracted. I mean, we live in a world where social media is constantly coming at us, and I think one thing that keeps us out of our purpose is when we focus on what other people expect of us and want of us. And it's important to take an inventory and spend time with yourself to even know yourself. Because a lot of times we are sitting in that job because we don't know what we want. It's like we may have a conversation with somebody and we want them to tell us what our purpose is. We're looking for it in other people and not finding it within ourselves. And it really takes that self-inventory. It's communicating with God. It's really just becoming one with who you are and comfortable with who you are. You can't walk into your purpose until you're comfortable with yourself. And I think as a caregiver, the other side of that is if you're always focused on other people and you're never focused on yourself, you lose yourself. And so I think it's very important to recognize, oh wait, schedule that time. Like, just like you schedule appointments for your kids and for their needs, put yourself on the schedule.
Yes.
And I've had to learn how to do that. It didn't come instantly.
No.
I'm still a work in progress, but I'm learning to do it one day at a time. And I actually wrote out a schedule for each day. I'm going to do one thing for myself. I may not get several hours, but I can carve out at least 20 to 30 minutes and do something. And so you have to find out what your needs are, what keeps you sane and comfortable and able to cope. And I think that's very important, and it helps you walk in your purpose.
Very good.
I like
Very
that.
good. Anything else to add?
Of course. But just to piggyback off of what she said, yes, you have to do the self-care, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
My queens and my kings, you have to do that. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's not instinctive, so you have to have some help.
Yeah.
And you have to have that accountability partner. Like, you're trying to get this extra 20 pounds off, and you have somebody like, you coming to the gym at 6:30? Be like, yeah, I'll be there. So to schedule that time for yourself. And people always laugh when I say this. Well, with children, sometimes it might not work. But bathroom time, not too many people gonna follow you in the bathroom. Maybe kids, but you can't go in the bathroom and not use it.
That's your me time.
And have that for your me time. If you have to get away, nobody gonna question you if you need to do that for yourself. So that's a little tip. I'm not gonna give away my stuff. That's a little tip. And then I know everybody can say amen to this. The shower, I don't know. It's something about the water.
Yes.
I don't know if God is cleansing me or something, but my thoughts are just so clear, and I just start thinking. I'm like this and that and this and that, and I'm like, okay, do my other sisters feel that way? So that serenity and that bath. I know they think self-care is a mani and a pedi and spas. Yeah, but no, not all the time, right? So like I said, just being in a space, you have to create your space.
It's a cleansing.
Yes, it's a cleansing, and then your boundaries, you have to protect. Yeah, you have to protect and surround yourself with the necessary boundaries, because the enemy gonna come. Okay, because nothing said that the enemy is not going to come. It's going to come, but what are you going to do? How are you going to shield yourself, right? So you need to really think about that. I'm not going to give too much away. Hopefully I'll see you soon, and then we'll have a discussion about that.
So, ma'am, why should people register? Other than all of you, you already know, but you need to tell your friends. But why should people register for the conference?
Well, I believe that people should register for this conference because one thing, it doesn't matter what you're going through, where you have been, we have all created for a purpose. And sometimes we don't have that space to talk about it. Sometimes we don't have that space to connect with somebody else. And this conference is an opportunity for women to, one, think of that self-care. Okay, carve that time out and say to myself, I want to find out my own purpose, or maybe I'm walking my purpose, but I want to connect with some like-minded to push me on that. And it is we are faith-based people believe in God, so there's somebody who's going to be praying with you, praying for you. It's a place for us to support each other, to be inspired, for us to be of service to each other. This conference was created for women to have a platform to feel supported and understand that you're not alone. I don't care where you are on your journey, what is happening in your life, there is a place for you, and Sisters Journey is a place that I want you to know that we are here, and the doors open for you on June 22nd to come in, network, be with some women, like-minded, connect, share your story, hear somebody else's story. There will be vendor women. I only bring women to my vendor experience, so other women who are in their own business can share how they got to where they are. So I'm asking that you come out and give this an opportunity, and I promise you, you will be blessed. You will be blessed. So please go online, go on to Eventbrite, to Purpose Driven Journey, and get your ticket and come out and be blessed. These wonderful women are going to be here. They're speakers. They are panel speakers, and I'm telling you, you will walk away feeling like this was a good opportunity for me to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I won't say anymore.
I do have a question.
Last year was amazing. I'm looking forward to this year being amazing.
Where's the conference?
The conference. Thank you. The conference is at Ebenezer Church of God, and that's 7550 Buchanan Street, and that is right off Annapolis Road on 410, right by the 7-Eleven. You can't miss it. So please see me on Facebook as well, Sisters Journey. We're on Instagram, Sisters Journey. So you can reach me at any of those face pages that you can connect with us.
And I will definitely be sharing.
Yes.
And you all share this event, even if you can't make it. Bless a sister with a
Yes.
ticket
Yes.
or
Yes.
just